Good morning and welcome to your Saturday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I'm your host, Maddie Evans, and we're very excited to be here as spring is finally upon us. I'm bringing it out in my very nice colored jacket. That means you have to get out and enjoy some final spring skiing. We've got a great show in store for you for the next little bit of your Saturday edition of Wasatch Weekends. Not only are we going to be making some very interesting food, Captain Crunch chicken nuggets, but we're also going to be chatting with Nuzzles about maybe the forever friend you want to bring home and a Nashville up-and-coming star, so make sure that you stay tuned. But let's take a look at that local weather forecast right now. We are known for our great film festivals here in Park City, but one that we really love is we're going to highlight some of the seniors from Park City High School who are doing a film festival of their own. So you're going to want to mark your calendars. That way you can participate in all of the fun. Let's introduce you to some of these seniors.
Now, welcome back to the show. I am passionate about all things entertainment and film. Joining me today are some of the seniors from Park City High School to talk about the Minor Film Festival. I've got Zach, Chase, Nash, and Carson. How are you?
Really good.
So good to see you guys. So congratulations, seniors. This is an exciting time for you. You know, you've got a few more months left in high school, but it sounds like you're doing some big things. So Carson, tell us about the Minors Film Festival.
So the Minor Film Festival is a chance for high schoolers to showcase our, I'd say, like film interest. It's a way for the high schoolers to submit films, let them be shown at like a massive showing where we have a bunch of high schoolers come together and watch. It's pretty much a way for residents to enjoy, I guess, Sundance as residents.
That's a great way to put it. You know, Sundance is an awesome time, but it's nice to have it a little bit more localized. So Nash, tell me about the festival. You know, what kind of films are showing? How long does it last?
So people show all sorts of films, anything that their heart desires. Last year we had a few scary movies. We had a lot of comedies, of course. How long would you guys say it usually runs? About
Like 2 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours. It really all depends on what kind of films we get, but yeah.
That's awesome. So let's see. So Carson, you mentioned it depends on what kind of films you get. So how do you curate these films and where do they come from?
So it's essentially, as I said earlier, like Sundance. Students submit their own films, and right before the fest, it's about a week or two beforehand, students submit their final copy, and then it goes through a process of elimination with teachers and essentially like a panel.
Our film club will go through and watch all of the films that were submitted. And then so there's one round where it's like the rough edits, and then there's another round where it's the judging edits. So that gets sent to a bunch of like film industry leaders throughout Park City who get to watch some of the student films and choose them for award consideration. And then through that process, like films are vetted, or like we can make edits to them or something like that before they're finally submitted.
That's great. So Zach, you said students have to submit them. So are these original works that are done by students, or is it like other films? Tell me more.
So we're focused primarily on students at the school. You don't even have to necessarily be part of the film program or take any of the film classes, but anyone is open to submitting a movie and having it go to consideration. A lot of the times it will be produced by us or other members of the film program or film club, but it's still open, and that means people submit and then we go through the different rounds of judging, and that's how they get sort of put up on the screen in the Eccles.
That's so great. Now, Chase, I want to know, how did you get involved in film, and what is your passion behind this?
Well, I was making movies like on my iPad ever since I was like 6 years old and just editing it on like iMovie or whatever. And then when I went to the high school, I joined the film class with Mr. Fish, best teacher in the school. And I started making little superhero movies with my friends. And then after that, I really got like inspired to keep going. Right now, I'm making a cop movie with this
Buddy
guy,
cop movie, yeah.
a buddy cop movie. So Mediators 2, it's coming.
Mediators too. I'm keeping my eye out. I love it. I love it. So let's talk a little bit more. Nash, tell me, what do you like about this? So you're doing some editing, you're, reviewing films. What is your passion?
For me personally, I really love the acting side of it. I like being in the movies, and I'm not as creative as these other guys, so I like saying the stuff that they write because they're pretty funny. That's just my main draw. I of course love editing and all that other stuff. It's just the acting is really what got me.
That's awesome. My brother is an actor as well, so I totally understand that. He loves taking other people's words and turning it into a physical manifestation of the story. So Carson, tell me a little bit about you. What's your background? How did you decide to be part of this?
So I kind of have interesting story. I started off a long time ago with my close friends before I moved to Park City with a YouTube channel, and we had like a podcast essentially. And I did all the editing and all the video production into that. And that just kind of, with COVID and such, where I lived, it was really impactful. So we took that as a chance to, experience what we can do online. And then I started making things by myself, which then led me to moving to Utah. And then from there, I pretty much just joined this class, and I've gotten into film ever since. I do a lot of videos for the sports teams. I edit. I don't write scripts as much, but when I do, I really enjoy doing it. I'm more of the technical part. I also have a lot of close friends and family who are very involved in the like Hollywood community.
Awesome.
So it really just inspired me to continue doing what I do now.
Awesome. So Miners Film Festival. Now, how can local businesses help and be a part of it?
We're actually reaching out to a lot of sponsors from local businesses, and we also want to seek out more of those sponsorships. We've reached out to a few companies in the area, and like they're willing to help give us donations or give us sponsorship materials that we can use. But we're obviously still looking for more. A lot of the times, if local businesses want to, if they're interested, they can email either of us, and we can supply those emails
Awesome.
about sponsorship options, and then they can have their logo displayed, or like we can even make an ad for them, which is one of the options for their business.
That's great. And that's a film ad or whatever ad that they're interested in. So I love that. So Zach, tell us, what emails can we go to get involved?
So if you can email me, which is zminter, which is MINTER 24 at pcstudents.us. Or you can email our film advisor, Mr. Fish, who's like running everything. And his is KFISH at pcschools.us.
Awesome. Now, gentlemen, when does it start? When does it run? Do you have to buy tickets? Can you view online? Tell us all of the details so that we can make sure our viewers are giving you the support that you deserve.
So at the moment, the day is, we're in confliction with the actual day due to some scheduling conflicts, but it's
right now
going to be either May 10th.
Yeah, I think we decided on May 10th for right now. If those dates need to switch, we'll probably be letting people know, but we've allocated that time for use of the auditorium. It's May 10th at 7 p.m. Anybody in the community is invited. We don't really need to buy any tickets or anything. We just invite people to come by and drop in. We do like the event and the showing inside of the Eccles itself, where we have the movies, but also like an awards ceremony. And then we also have like little activities like outside in like this space where we have like little photo opportunities and things like that. So
Things like a silent raffle as well. And
some of the donations.
really just anything that we can do to help the film program grow as a whole.
Awesome. Well, I love your involvement. It's so fun to hear you guys talking about just the festival and your excitement behind your craft. So best of luck to you. I hope you have lots of turnout and lots of sponsorship. We're looking at an anticipated date of May 10th for the Miners Film Festival. So congratulations and good luck with everything, especially in your senior year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now stay tuned. We'll be back with more on our show right after this quick break. And best of luck.
If you're looking for something fun to make with the kids, that way you can get them a little bit involved, well, Captain Crunch chicken tenders is the way to do that. Now, we're going to step into the kitchen and start the process. That way we can inspire you to make some great meals. Let's take a look.
So we're in the kitchen.
Yes.
Love the kitchen. I love the ingredients that we have here because who doesn't love cereal in the morning? Do you have a favorite childhood cereal?
I'm a big cereal guy.
Yeah?
So picking
No
one is tough.
discrimination?
Yeah, no, I'm a big Life cereal,
Yeah.
Cheerio guy.
Did you ever go to Planet Hollywood when you were a kid?
No, not really.
Okay, well, I did. And when I went, they have these Captain Crunch chicken tenders on their menu.
All right.
So we're going to make our own version of it.
All right.
Because who doesn't love cereal and a good chicken tender?
Nice.
So, yeah, Captain Crunch chicken tenders are my favorite. At least they were when I was a kid. So hopefully they turn out just as good as they did as I remember eating them as a kid. But great and easy ingredients. So you can kind of play and mix and match with this if you want to. We've got cereal, Captain Crunch, obviously. And then if you wanted to add a little bit of extra and not use just the Captain Crunch, you can add some panko breadcrumbs to it.
Awesome.
And then as always, salt and pepper, a little bit of egg. If you wanted to add some flour, you can, but we're not going to. We're just gonna do straight up egg wash, and then we're gonna dip it into the delicious batter that we're about to make.
Sweet.
So pretty great, pretty easy. We have our oven preheated, 450 degrees. So you want to put it at a high temperature because it basically like really crisps it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Ross,
Let's
I'm
do
putting
it.
you on cereal duty.
Let's do
And
this.
we need about 2 cups of Captain Crunch cereal. And one of the best ways you can crunch it up is with a rolling pin or a cup or a food processor, but we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna do about 2 cups of it, pouring it into a bag. And then Ross, you get to go to town on the cereal and crunching it up.
So no crunch berries though.
No,
Just the
I mean, we
straight
could have done crunch berries. I thought about that, but you know, we're going classic today.
Oops, all berries.
Yeah, there you go. So we've got about a pound of chicken tenders. You can either buy them at the store as breasts and then cut them up, or you can just make it easy and get the chicken tenders already made into tenders or already from the tenders, so it's just easy. But we got about a pound of them. You can make them smaller if you wanted to make it into chicken nuggets, which we could do. I don't know, we'll see. Or we can just keep it as a chicken tender. But really easy. So we're gonna, Ross is crunching up the Captain Crunch. As you can see, he's just kind of beating it. You know, it's okay if like the bag breaks a little bit, whatever, we'll clean it up later. But I'm gonna go ahead and take about 2 eggs, and we're going to create like an egg bath for these chicken tenders. So always good, and my mom always yells at me at this, but you should crack the egg outside of the dish that you're using it for because you don't wanna get shells in it and have to fish them out, right?
That
So
makes sense.
it does make sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and just crack my egg on our cutting board here. We've got 1 egg in there, and I'll add extra. I like to make sure, I don't never want to be too short of the egg wash that we'll be using. And then, always fun, I'm going to throw this one out, jumping around to your eyes.
Come on down.
All right, so Captain Crunch is looking pretty fire, you know, looking great there. So we're going to go ahead and crack the other egg, and then I'll put that in here. Now, there are a couple of ways you can really bread a chicken tender or a chicken nugget. And some of that is you can put flour on it first, then you put it in the egg wash, and then you put it in the batter, which we can do. It just gives it a little bit of extra coating to it, so the breading is, you know, the outside crust
All
is
I
really
know
good.
is wet hand, dry hand.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You have 1 for each.
Yes, 1 for
So
each.
that you don't cross.
Exactly. All right, so we've got Captain Crunch is looking good, and if you need to crush it up a little bit more, you can always do that, but I think it looks pretty good.
Oh,
Ross.
all
What do you
right. I
think?
thought that was a subtle hint
No,
for me
not
to
at
crush
all.
it up a little
What
bit
do you
more.
think? It's
There's
up to
some
you.
chunky pieces and
Your
some non-chunky
discretion, right?
pieces.
And then we're gonna, once you're kind of done with that, we'll add about a cup of panko breadcrumbs. And then in my handy dandy kitchen bag, I've got some flour. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. We've got some garlic powder as well. All of this, the seasonings. So what I'm gonna do with this flour is just put it on a plate, just like this. And we're gonna spread it around. You don't really need a lot, but I brought some extra just in case. But we'll just spread it around because we're gonna take the chicken, put it into the flour, then we're gonna put it into the egg wash, and then into the mixture. So it's, you know, it's a little bit of a process here, but not too bad. I'm telling you, Ross, you're going to be an expert cook by the end of this year.
You're speaking my language on this one.
I can already feel it. And then you're just going to stir all of that up together. So we'll move our eggs out of here. And then you need to have a baking dish, and we can either line it with parchment paper or foil if you've got either one of those, and we do. We have both. So what do you prefer, parchment or foil?
Foil.
Foil. All right, we're doing foil. Here we go. All right, we've got the foil. So I'm going to give this to you to line it up. And just line our tin, and then we'll mix all of this around. You could do straight Captain Crunch. It'll be extra sweet. Personally, I don't like things super, super sweet because we're gonna make a fairly sweet honey mustard sauce to go with it. So, kind of balancing out a little bit.
These are all my favorite things.
Well, good. I'm glad. It's a Thursday. We want to be fueled up good for the mountain today.
That's it.
A little protein, a little bit of deliciousness, a little bit of sweet. I think it's treat yourself end of ski season week, in my opinion. Awesome. So the Captain Crunch looks good. Everything looks great there. All right, this is the fun part. What do you want to deal with? Ross is like, I don't want to get my hands dirty.
You tell me. What are we doing?
Well, we're going to go ahead, and we've got our chicken here. So I'm going to dip it into these things, and then I'm just going to throw it here, and you can use a fork if you want to
Okay.
stick them on there, or use your hands.
Okay.
Whatever you want. So we've got our chicken tenders. We can trim them up a little bit if we wanted to, and I think I'm going to actually trim some of this up just to make it look good. Do we want to make these nuggets, or do we want to
Let's do nuggets.
Let's do nuggets.
Let's do nuggets.
All right, so we're going to do nuggets. So best part of doing a nugget, you can use a better knife than this, but you just kind of cut your chicken tenders into chunks just like that. Easy, right?
Easy.
Awesome. So we're going to put a few in here. Just cover it in this flour, just like that. Now, if you really wanted to be special and fancy, you could put some garlic powder and salt and pepper into your flour mix if you wanted to. But we might just put a little bit on at the end. So if you, actually, what do you think? Should we put it into the mix?
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead. I'm going to let you do that, Ross. Just put some salt and pepper, whatever you feel like is good. It really doesn't matter. Let me trim up a couple more of these chicken tenders
in here.
You can put it in the Captain Crunch mix. Why
Okay.
not? Yeah, we'll do it that way. You can never do too much or too little. So I'm going to trim up this chicken. It's always trimming chicken is not my favorite thing to do, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to do it. All right, we're trimming it. It's looking good. All right, we've got a couple of these nuggets. I can hear the oven sizzling. Do you hear that?
Is this a breakfast food or is this a dinner food?
I think it's a brunch food.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I don't know. What's your opinion? To me, chicken tenders are good any time of the day. I'm a big fan. So, especially if they're made with Captain Crunch, and then you can really do it anytime you want to. Awesome. So we're just going to keep on doing that, and then looks good to me, Ross. That looks great.
Okay.
Awesome. So we'll go ahead and
Let me
start
just throw
our
that
egg.
down.
Yeah, just throw that down. We'll start the egg wash on our. There we go. All right, we've started the egg wash with our batter here. So I'm just going to take. This looks good. I'll just put a little bit in here, just kind of toss it around. I'm going to put this in here now. If you want to, just kind of do a light coating.
Okay.
And then we'll just drop it into the Captain Crunch mix. Yeah, there you go. Look at you, Ross. I'm so proud.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay.
All right.
And then we're going into the
Let me help you out with
Okay.
it. So what you can do, and obviously we will wash our hands thoroughly
Of
after
course.
this recipe, and then we'll just kind of toss it around there.
All right.
Yep. Looking great.
I lost it. Where'd it go?
Exactly. All right.
And then straight on the
And
pan.
then straight on the pan. There we go. Awesome. Got a little bit of egg wash in there. Ross is
That's
like,
okay.
my hands. Oh
That's
no.
okay.
It's always fun putting people in the kitchen. I think.
Yeah.
It makes for fun activities. A long time ago, I used to hate cooking in front of people. But here we
And
are.
look at you now.
And look at me now. Now I'm doing it on TV with people that don't cook all
And
the
doing
time.
great. And you're
And
leading
he's
the charge.
doing excellent. My sous chef here today is just on fire. I can feel it.
All right, let's get these moving.
Yeah, we'll just get them moving just like that. Honestly, it's pretty simple. You want to bake these for about 15 to 20 minutes. So really excited because when we come back at some point during our show, we're going to pull them out of the oven and show you how to make a really delicious and easy homemade honey mustard sauce.
I love honey
It's not
mustard.
just honey and not just mustard, FYI. There's some secret tricks to it to give it a little bit of extra tangy
Like
flavor.
that.
We love that a lot. Looking great, Ross. You're doing a good job.
This looks good.
It's gonna be great. I can feel it. All right, I'm gonna trim up a few more pieces of chicken tenders here, and then we're gonna pop whatever we've got in the oven, and we're just gonna rock and roll. How's that sound?
That sounds so good.
Yeah, sounds great. So yeah, I don't know. I think chicken and waffles really kind of changed the game as far as like having chicken tenders for breakfast.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the real judges are Nick and Ben here, our camera guys.
It's
We'll
true.
see.
You know, every recipe I make, and I think I've said this recently, I hope that Nick likes it.
If we can please Nick.
If we can please Nick, you know, we've had a good day
He's
on the
done
show.
it right. He's got a long day of work ahead of him.
Awesome. Well, we're going to keep on dredging our chicken in the flour mixture, the egg batter, and the Captain Crunch. Then we're going to pop it all into the oven. We'll cook it for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to come back later in the show and show you and taste it, what we can do with it. So we'll be right back after this.
Earlier this week, I was fortunate enough to sit down and chat with Josh from Nuzzles and Company, and the reason it's so important that you watch this interview is because it's going to inspire you to bring home a new forever pet. So let's take a look. Are you looking to bring the perfect furry friend home to the family? Well, then we've got Josh joining us from Nuzzles, who has a very happy puppy this morning. Good morning, Josh.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me. We have
Thanks for coming
Neptune.
in. We love Neptune. We love his cute little face, and he's been nothing. He or she?
He.
He has done nothing but kiss you all morning.
Yeah, he's just a bundle of joy. And when I pulled him out of his kennel today, he was like, "You're picking me? I get to go? This is so much fun." And he's been running around my office and giving lots of kisses and playing with toys and eating treats. And he's totally the 3-month-old quintessential puppy.
He's got the perfect coloring around his little face that gives him that perfect little mask as well. Now, let's talk about what kind of puppy Neptune is and how you guys got Neptune.
Yeah, so he comes from Cayenta, Arizona, which you've heard us talk about quite a bit. It's where we work with the Navajo reservation. We ended up getting a call, and mom had been pregnant, recently given birth to puppies. We named her Mother Earth, and we named the puppies Venus and Neptune and Jupiter. And Neptune is actually the last one in the litter, and they all had really interesting kind of diverse markings. But I actually think Neptune is one of the cutest, with just like that perfect kind of facial markings and just really cute.
He is very cute, and you guys do such a good job of rescuing so many puppies. It's been a minute since I've had the opportunity to chat with you, and I know you just had some great fundraisers that people can participate in, but people can always help raise money for the dogs.
Correct. I mean, I'm out pretty active in the community doing all sorts of stuff, and we do several fundraisers throughout the year. But the reality is we need help all the time, and people can make financial donations by going to our website. They can become monthly donors, which is really key because then we can kind of know how much money is coming in every single month. People can be fosters, adopters, volunteers. All those things are very important aspects of what we do in order to kind of make the operation work.
And you guys pull a lot of dogs from the reservation, which is really important because those dogs really tend to struggle out there, and especially if they're not well taken care of, like Mother Earth and her litter of puppies was. So little things help for donations too, like towels and blankets that people may have lying around, and especially because it's spring cleaning time.
Percent. When you're doing your spring cleaning, if you have things that you think we can use, I mean, we're essentially all those things that you're saying, and anything pet related, anything that could be a toy for an animal, food, supplies, any of that stuff. So yeah, as you're doing your spring cleaning, think of Nuzzles.
Always think
Here,
of
kiddo.
Nuzzles. If you're looking to bring home a new family member, Nuzzles is the place to do it. And you guys don't just have dogs, you have a variety of other animals people could adopt.
We do. Right now, during the winter time, we tend to not do a whole lot with our farm animal program. Last year, we had llamas, pygmy goats, and pigs. We do have a couple of potbelly pigs right now still. And then we have quite a few dogs and some cats. We've actually discovered a lot of the shelters that we work with haven't had as many cats recently. So it's sort of been interesting to see how that trend is happening. That being said, we're about to hit kitten season, so I'm guessing that number is going to change pretty fast.
It is so interesting to watch how people adopt the animals and what animals they're adopting based on their lifestyle and kind of based on what's going on in the world right now. If someone is interested in adopting an animal through you guys at Nuzzles, what's the best way for them to start the process?
Well, first you look at this amazing puppy and fall in love.
Right, exactly.
Um,
Everyone wants a Neptune.
But then you go to our website and you can click on the animal, and we've actually changed systems so everything is digital now. You can immediately start filling out an application. Oh, hi. Okay, thanks. You can immediately
much
start filling
love.
out an application for adoption. And once that's approved, then we move into just doing a contract. Animals are still considered property, so it's a transfer of ownership. And then the adoption is finalized, and we give you a big celebration wish and hope that everything goes well.
And when people do adopt an animal from you, there's a few things that they can expect. They can expect them to be up to date on their shots, spayed, neutered, and in great health condition because you guys have a great medical staff that you work with.
Yes, we do. Our mission is 3 pillars, and our second one is prevention. So because of that, we have a full-time medical staff that's here. They give all our animals treatment. We do spay neuters for all those animals. And they get a lot of tender loving care while they're here. So I feel like we do a really good job with our animals, and you get a good deal. I mean, a puppy adoption is $375, but that covers the spay, neuter, microchip, all the shots, all the food, all the love, all the care up to this point.
Neptune looks like he's a really sad puppy. Like he's just not loving his life with you holding him at all.
I mean, it's morning, and so he's like, it's go time, it's party time. So he didn't have any exercise before I brought him up here. So he's really burning off all that like excitement of, hey, it's the morning, I get to see all my people and have lots of cuddles and playtime.
I think that there's no better therapy in this world than puppy therapy. So if people are interested in maybe not full-time committing, let's talk a little bit about fostering and how they can get involved. That way they can get that puppy fix when they need it.
100%. On our website, there's ways to get involved, and volunteering and fostering both have different applications that you can fill out. Each of those applications asks some different questions, like how do you want to be involved? If you're fostering it, do you want to be involved with cats, dogs, puppies, older dogs? What kind of commitments do you want to make? I know when we do these rescue operations and we're bringing back maybe 15, 20 animals, they see our medical staff, we deworm them, we microchip them, and then we're making a lot of calls to fosters to try to get, especially the younger ones and the pregnant moms and things, out to foster homes so that they can have around-the-clock 24-hour care.
Which is so important. Now, let's talk a little bit more about Neptune just so we can get people even more excited to bring him home very quickly. How big do you think Neptune's going to be?
Mom she was under 40 pounds, but I would say she was underweight when we got her. I think she was 38. I think that her healthy weight, which she's getting closer to, should be maybe 44, 45 pounds. So not knowing what dad is with this litter of puppies, our best guess is just based on mom. in that 40-pound range, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less. Neptune is 3.5 months old right now and still just a little guy. So I feel like 40 is probably a good guess.
A perfect mid-sized dog, and that's wonderful because they can go hiking, they can go biking, they can ski tour with you. You can have a very
Totally.
fun adventure partner.
They make the perfect adventure dogs. I have 2 res dogs myself that I've adopted, and they do go mountain biking with me. They do go skijoring with me and hiking, and they really thrive in those conditions. They love doing the adventures. They see the trails and they just go, I know what to do here. This is really cool. Let's go out in the woods and have an adventure.
Josh, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, introducing us to Neptune, and showing us what puppy love looks like first thing in the morning. Now, what's the website if people are interested?
It's nuzzlesandco.org with and spelled out. So nuzzlesandco.org. And there's a ton of information. There's all our animals, ways to get involved, and all our upcoming events.
Josh, again, thank you so much. Neptune, you're so cute, and you're going to find the perfect forever family. And really quickly, the mother is still available, correct?
Correct. Mother Earth is still here too. I think we're guessing she's maybe 1 year and 4 months old. She's a really pretty dog and kind of a higher energy dog. So she's going to need somebody who does want to go on those adventures and hikes and biking and stuff.
Josh, it was wonderful to see you this morning. Thank you so much for all the great information.
You too. Thanks for having us.
Make sure that you check out Nuzzles & Co. That way, if you're interested in bringing home a forever friend, that's the place to get a perfect adventure buddy, a res dog. There's no better love in the world. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned. We're going to make our way back into the kitchen because you know what goes fabulous with some Captain Crunch chicken tenders is some delicious honey mustard sauce. So let's make our way back in and see what else you need for this amazing recipe.
I almost did the hand puppet while we were getting ready to start, come up and creep over. But I'm really excited because we get to pull out the chicken, the chicken nuggets, which I hope will rival Planet Hollywood's version. So I'm gonna pull them out because I think they looked pretty good. They're getting nice and crispy on the outside. Then we're gonna make the sauce. We're gonna let them cool a little bit, dip it in the sauce.
Yes.
It's gonna be a great Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like chicken?
Yeah. Looking good, smelling good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So nice and crispy. I'm gonna grab one more of these just to pull it out of the oven.
Got it?
Yeah, we've got it nice and crispy.
Oh,
so you can kind of do it a couple of different ways here. If you had an air fryer, you can fry it. If you wanted to really try your hand at true traditional frying, put it in some hot oil. But I like the baking method because, look at it. Looks gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice and golden. We got a couple of pieces that are a little bit more crispy, but I think that comes from the sugar and the Captain Crunch.
I like it like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. So we'll let these cool a little bit, and then we're gonna get started and we're gonna make some sauce for it. So this is the fun part, honey mustard. It's not just mustard and honey.
Okay.
It could be, but if you really want the consistency to be a little bit more creamy and you want some added layers of depth and taste, we're gonna show you how to do that.
Sweet.
So 5 ingredients, really easy. We've got Dijon honey, or Dijon mustard.
Okay.
We've got mayo, regular honey, and then we've also got vinegar and then some cayenne pepper. So do you like a kick to your recipes?
Of course, yeah.
So we're gonna keep, the cayenne pepper could be optional, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. So what do you think? Should we get started?
Yeah, let's try this thing.
Well, let's start with the base. Let's do 1/3 cup of the Dijon mustard.
All right.
You could probably use yellow mustard as well, but I like the way that Dijon mustard tastes. It's just a little bit more flavorful, and I think looks good to me.
That is exactly a
Yeah,
third.
it doesn't have to be perfect. So we're just gonna throw it in there. And then the best part about making sauces is you can kind of just mix and match and to taste, So
Yeah.
if we want it to be more sweet, we'll have more honey. If we want more mustard taste, we'll have more mustard. But then mayo is the secret to all sauces. I'm not a big mayo girl, but we're doing about 1/4 cup of mayo.
Should I just go in with the spoon?
Yeah,
here?
you can, or you can use this little spoon right there, which might make it a little bit easier.
No, I think we can do it like that. Yep.
We're going in.
Perfect.
I love cooking with Ross. I'll tell you.
That is exactly
You know,
a quarter cup.
I think it's efficiency is the name of the game. So we're actually going to do about another quarter cup of the honey as well.
Well, what's baking is a science. Like you can't mess around with baking.
No, but everything else you can
But
just
everything
kind of
else
throw together.
is made with love.
It is made with love and taste buds. You know, that's how I look at it. We'll do a fourth of a cup of honey as well. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start whisking this together. Doesn't look the best yet, but it's about to. So we've got that honey that's coming in. If you want to like scrape the edges with the spoon, because honey sometimes gets stuck in there.
Oh, it's definitely stuck in there.
It's definitely, I put honey in everything.
It's good for you.
It really is. You know, I actually went down to Nap Harvest last week.
Get
and
some
I bought,
local honey?
I bought a few mini jars of the local honey because allergy season is upon us.
It's so true. It's so true.
It's the worst. So we've got the mayo, we've got the honey, we've got the mustard. So we're just going to mix it together, and you can kind of see that this consistency is a little bit more. I guess you could say it's less dense and it's more runny now. But we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and this is going to give it kind of counterbalance the sweet flavor. I'll just mix that in there. And then this is the fun part. I like a kick to things, so we're throwing in some cayenne pepper.
How are you supposed to get in this little spoon?
Just unscrew the top, Ross. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
can-
that. I think we
actually,
eyeball it.
Let's do this and completely take the top
Okay,
off. How
okay.
does that sound?
I don't know how I feel about that.
And then you can just stick it in there just like that. Looking good. Personally, I like a kick to things. Although I did have some chicken wings the other day, and she warned us that the sauce was hot. No, the dry rub was also very spicy. I love a good spice, but not where it's to the point where you can't taste the
eat
rest
it,
of your
yeah.
meal because your mouth is on fire.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Are you a big spicy guy?
Yeah, every now and then.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
awesome. So we're just whisking it together. It looks pretty good to me.
Looks really good.
And then you can kind of clean some things up. Do you want to do a quick little taste test? What do you think? And tell me if you think we need anything else
Yeah, let's do it.
before we dip the chicken in, because you don't want to waste any chicken on some sauce. You know what I'm saying?
It
How's
smells good.
Yeah, you smell the vinegar, the honey.
That's
Yeah,
good.
are we
That's
good?
pretty
Do we need to add anything else to it?
I don't know.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I'll taste it.
Do we add more Captain Crunch?
Well, we're about to add all the Captain
That's
Crunch
pretty-
to it.
It's something.
All right, what's it missing?
You tell me.
Is it missing something?
It's not missing. It just needs a little bit more of.
Let's put a little more mustard, a little more vinegar.
Oh, that's exactly
That's
what
what I
I was.
would
That's
do.
what I was
That's
thinking.
what I would do,
That's
just a
what
little
I was
bit.
thinking. Just a squeeze.
Yeah, you can do a little bit more than that. But yeah, I can taste the honey, but I definitely I don't like it on the super sweet side.
It's sweet.
That's good. And then we'll add a little bit more vinegar, just a tiny, tiny bit. You ready for it? Uh-oh,
Yeah.
should I be the one pouring it? You ready? 3, 2, a little bit more. There we go. That looks good to me.
That looks perfect.
And then if you know what you can always do is cut it more with mayo too if the flavors are a little too strong. I have a feeling it's probably going to be pretty good. So what do you say?
Yeah,
Is it time to plate the chicken?
I think it is.
And then dip it in the sauce. We're just gonna move some of the chicken over here. I'm using my fingers. I washed my hands in between the break.
It's all good.
So did Ross.
It's all
You know,
good.
we got all of that raw chicken off our fingers so that we can use our fingers to eat these Captain Crunch nuggets.
They look so good.
I can't wait to try it and dip it in the sauce. Okay.
All right, here we
Should
go.
we put some sauce on the plate?
I
No,
think
we're
we
just
go
going straight in. We're going straight in. Ross is like, oh boy, here we go, no pressure. Now we can also add a little bit more salt to these nuggets if we need to. It's usually what I like to do. I do less salt when I'm making it and then more salt at the end. All right, well, I'm gonna dip it too. Well, chicken nugget cheers.
Chicken nugget cheers. That was pretty good. Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood. We're gonna keep on, well, I'm gonna let you keep chewing.
It's
but
pretty good.
It did. We could probably do, if you wanted to make it more sweet, just do straight Captain Crunch. But I like the sweet hint.
That's good.
For
Yeah,
sure.
no, that was good. I think going the nuggets was a good call
Yeah,
too.
I do too. I like nuggets better than chicken tenders.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
More breading, you know,
More to
smaller,
go around.
easier bite size. It is what it is. But we, I don't know. I love this. It's a quick and easy meal. you
Yeah.
know? And everything's made from scratch, and people are always more impressed when things are made from scratch. So
That honey mustard sauce was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm glad we added a little bit more mustard.
It gave it a little more depth, a little bit more tanginess, and kind of counterbalances the Captain Crunch. But, you know, I bet you're right. We could try it with like Captain Crunch and berries and see what that tastes like.
I'm not really getting the Captain Crunch. Are you getting the flavor?
It's a little bit
just
light.
like-
It's not. It's more subtle because
Yeah.
we added the panko breadcrumbs into it.
Yeah.
So if you wanted a straight Captain Crunch, no breadcrumbs, 1 extra cup of the Captain Crunch cereal. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know, pretty easy.
I can get playful with it.
I think so. You know, that's the beauty of cooking in the kitchen. You kind of take a recipe and make it your own,
Yeah.
which is what, you know, these are just gentle suggestions
Gentle
if you are looking
suggestions.
for something to do for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming up on the close of our show. So great show. We had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, that was awesome,
It was
and always good to be in the kitchen with you, Ken.
Now that you are off the slopes, you're going to be in the kitchen more often, aren't you?
Yeah,
I've
I don't
got
know
jokes
about
today,
that.
that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Anyways, we'll be back with more after this quick break.
Earlier in the week, we had a great opportunity to sit down and chat with singer-songwriter from Nashville, Dana Cooper. Let's see what he has on the horizons.
Now, I am so honored and thrilled to be sitting here on the couch with the incredible singer-songwriter Dana Cooper joining me today. Dana, how are you?
Fine, Kimberly. How are you doing?
I'm so excited to have you here. You know, your energy
you.
is so upbeat and positive, and I'm just thrilled to be sitting here on the couch with you, especially in the eve of the new release that you have coming out, album
thank
release.
you. I'm excited to be here too. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. So you've been in the business for quite some time, and you cover kind of all genres from rock, especially on this new album, rock to Americana, bluegrass, country,
Right.
all of it. So tell me about the album. It's released on May 17th. And
Well, it's called The Ghost of Tucumcari, and features a lot of old friends of mine like Lyle Lovett and Hayes Carl and Susan Gibson, Sherry Russell, Darden Smith, Gillian Cheat from Ireland, David Starr, who's a Colorado singer-songwriter. A lot of guest vocalists on there, and some great musicians. I worked again with my old friend Dave Coleman in Nashville to cut all the basic tracks. And it's a wide spread there of songs, new songs, brand new songs, and some co-written songs, and a few older songs that either hadn't been recorded before or I wanted to breathe new life into. So it was a great opportunity to kind of mix it up.
that's great. And so the album drops on May 17th.
Yes.
But you have the self-titled single dropping on April 26th as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Folks can get that online. I've got a pre-save link I'm going to be posting on my website and on social media so people can.
It's really stunning, and I know we can follow along with your shows as well on your website.
Yes. Yeah.
absolutely.
Can I mention my website?
You can mention your website.
DanaCoopermusic.com will take you to all things Dana Cooper. And on my schedule for throughout the coming year, I'm going to be all over the United States. And yeah, really excited about I'll be doing CD release shows, album release shows all over the place. And this record too is I'm going to have CDs and LPs.
Okay.
I'm doing vinyl as well, which is I haven't done that in a long time, and I'm excited to see how that goes.
Well, I think vinyl is making a comeback for sure.
Yeah, you
it's
know.
such a cool way to really listen to music and
Yeah.
and to have it as be part of your collection as well.
Yeah, and I love the format. I love the size of the artwork and all. It's kind of cool. So.
That's true. So tell me a little bit about the production and the creativity behind this album? You know, how has it been different than your previous? Because this is your 32nd album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a broad question, I know.
Yeah. Well, each one of them is different, of course. And one of the things that was very different about this is we had to really hurry up and get it done fast.
Okay.
I was sort of put in this situation where Bingham's Bourbon, Ryan Bingham has a bourbon company, and they're going to present some of the CD release shows. So in order to do that, I'm touring in Texas in May, and that's kind of a stronghold for me and for him. So we thought that'd be a great place to start with that, that effort. And it required that I really get in the studio pretty quickly. So it was a lot of fun to do it that way. I ordinarily would sort of pause along the way during the process to reassess things and replan things, and the necessity to sort of get it done was great. And the fact that it was during the winter months, and a lot of the other artists I had on there were kind of, their schedules were a little looser, and they could get in and record with me. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's a lot of fun. Well, you're sitting here with a guitar and a harmonica. So
I am.
So what are we thinking about this? Are we going to get a special performance before, an exclusive performance before your performance at the library?
It may be more special than I intend. I don't know. I'm a little dehydrated this morning, but
you know, those mountains will get you. The mountain air. As much as we love it, it's definitely very dry up here.
Oh, it is dry, and yeah, it took me a while to figure it out. You know, the first time I played in Denver was 1973. And I couldn't figure out why I couldn't sing, and why I was dizzy, and why my guitar wouldn't stay in tune. So years of experience have taught me a few things. So
it's true.
So okay, if I stand
Absolutely.
up, so I can maybe hit the notes a little better for us.
What will we be hearing from you today?
This is called "Great Day in the Morning," and this actually was the single off of the live CD that came out, live from Cafe Lena, last month. Happy good lucky tune here.
Oh, we always love music in the morning.
Oh
boy.
There went that. Okay, we got that on TV. Perfect. That's great. Let me see if the guitar still works here.
Okay, no problem.
Oh my goodness gracious. Hopefully these Breedloves are sturdier than I. Let's see what happens here. Oh, can you believe that? It's still almost in tune.
That's incredible. That's incredible. You know, you never know what happens in the morning, that's for sure.
There we go. Yeah, whacked it a good one there, but
I think it's always fun to hear a musician tune a guitar.
Well, we may be doing more of that. Let's see. Oh, it looks okay. All right. Okay, so where were we? Yes, a great day in the morning.
It is a great day in the morning. We're starting it off with some excitement.
We're going to edit that out or leave that for folks. Great day in the morning, we got a lot to be thankful for. Yellow maples and a red roof barn, sun coming up like a medicine ball. Great day in the morning, ain't it? Turn on your radio. Turn up that song, Sweetness. Ain't that the one that we both know? Turn it up a little higher. Yeah, turn it up. That's fine. Great day in the morning, darling. Let's kick our heels up high. I wanna kiss you, stop yawning. There ain't one dark cloud in that sky, not one. Great day in the morning. Great day in the morning. Early to bed and early to rise. Dreams in your head and stars in your eyes. Sun on your face makes me realize, honey, it's gonna be another great day in the morning. Great day in the morning, honey, love every new day with you. Turn over now, you've been snoring. The birds are singing and the sky's blue. Great day in the morning, baby. We got a reason to celebrate. I wanna party, I don't mean maybe. It's gonna be our red letter day, red letter. Red letter. Great day in the morning, we got a lot to be thankful for. Yellow maples and a red roof barn, the sun coming up like a medicine ball. There it is, coming up. Ask you, sweet pea, ever seen anything exactly like that before? Great day in the morning. 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 Kind of early for whistling.
Wonderful, wonderful. I wanted
Thank
to
you,
whistle
Kimberly.
along, but I didn't know exactly
You
where
should
to go.
have.
That was so much fun, Dana.
My whistle wasn't quite working yet this
You
morning.
know
but
what? It sounded great to me, and
Thank you,
I
thank
love
you.
sitting here and the energy that comes from that song and from watching you perform. It's just
Thank you.
incredible. So,
Thank you so much.
you know, we really appreciate you coming on the show and
Yeah.
sharing a little bit of your art with us. And
Thank you so much for tuning into your Saturday edition of Wasatch Weekends. It's so beautiful outside. We're seeing these warmer spring-like temperatures. There's a few days left in the mountain for you to get out there and enjoy the spring skiing conditions, so make sure you do just that. We'll see you tomorrow on another great edition of Wasatch Weekends.